Hey guys, welcome back to 5nothing100nothing.com. I am Fugget, and that stands for the fittest underdog guru using intelligent tactics. And today, guys, I want to talk to you about a topic that I think a lot of us, especially if you're online and you're looking at videos that have to do with MGTOW or dating or having some swag or, you know, in some way being like the best man you can be. And I think what it is we're all trying to run away from being vulnerable. And we almost want to, like, it's not that well, here's the deal, okay? So first off, I'm not going off any notes, okay? So I'll hold this pen so I look important or like I was doing some writing, but I really haven't. I'm just shooting from the hip, okay? My thing is this on vulnerability. We're trying to find the right clothes, the right attitude, the right swag, the right whatever, the right, words, everything, so that whenever we're either approaching someone that we want to date or somebody that we're trying to attract or re-attract, whatnot, we're trying to show some strength, right? We're trying to show that we're in control, that we're like, the cat's meow, whatever. And the problem is that you're running away from something that I think is the wrong thing. Like, you're trying not to be vulnerable. And the truth is, it's okay to be vulnerable. And in some ways, and to certain people, when you're vulnerable, it can be attractive. It kind of shows that you've put it all out there on the line. Doesn't mean you're pathetic. It doesn't mean that you're a beta male. It doesn't mean that you're weak. It just means that you are okay with getting hurt. And I guess getting hurt and being vulnerable could be two different things. Remember, I'm shooting from the hip with this one, but I just want it to come from the heart. When you're vulnerable, it does a couple things. Again, one, it shows the other person that you're not afraid to get hurt, and you'll put it out there, and you're leaving no stone unturned, okay? So you put it out there, and you basically are saying, this is who I am, this is what I stand for, this is how I feel about you, this is how I feel about a situation, what have you. And you leave yourself wide open, a wide open target. And I know there's some guys that have really good game that would lead you to believe that they're being vulnerable, but it's a game. I'm telling you to be fucking completely vulnerable. Like, put it out there, and just be like, this is who I am, this is what I want, this is what I stand for, this is how I feel about you. And let it ride. Put all your chips on the table and let it ride. And for somebody who has, your best interests in mind, somebody who sees your value, somebody who's looking for that same type of transparency, because that's what you're looking for, aren't you? Somebody who is going to be completely transparent with you. Well, if that's the case, and you've done all the work on yourself, and you're secure with you, and you look in the mirror and you like the person looking back at you. I'm not saying you're perfect. I'm just saying you've done the work. And, whatever demons you have, you've slayed the beast in some regard. And you're just being you. Then if that person has your best interest at heart, and that person is the right person, or it's the right deal or the right situation, what have you, then it's going to work out. Because guys, let's be honest. If you found somebody like that, let's say you're looking for a woman to spend your life with, and you put it all on the table with her. Or let's say you don't. Let's say she puts it all on the table with you, and you see her being laid out and completely vulnerable for you. And she's like, you know what? I love you. These are my frailties. These are my faults. This is what I bring to the table. This is who I am. And you see that. And you feel it. And you trust your intuition. And you say, this is, what my intuition is telling me is real. This is who this person is. You're going to look at that person and you're going to give them the benefit of the doubt. You're going to give them, if it's in you to give it to them and you really want to be with that person, you're going to feel whole. You're going to feel like, wow, I've never had this before. This is amazing. What I'm telling you to do is don't be afraid to be vulnerable. Put it out there. Put it on the line. You'll recover. Don't hide. Don't hide behind a fancy card. Don't hide behind a job title. Don't hide behind gimmicks. Any of that stuff, guys. Because you know what happens? Over time, everything gets exposed. And it's one of a few ways that happens. Either you're having a front, you're putting something out there that is not real, but it's designed to reel somebody in, okay? So you're being whatever, you think you need to be to attract somebody or to attract that deal or to attract whatever it is, okay? And you're doing that in an effort to just get a result. Now, the problem with that is that you're not being genuine with yourself. Now, mind you, you're not being genuine with that person. You're not being genuine with them. And, you're looking at the short game of, I'm going to get what I want. But in my opinion, and from my own experience, that's a shortcut. And you're never going to be happy if you do that. And what I believe wholeheartedly, what you need to do is just be you. The good, the bad, the ugly, what have you. If you haven't done the work within yourself, and you don't know who you are, and don't know what you want, and granted, I know that over time that changes, that evolves, and that's all fine. But I'm talking about the here and now, because God knows, in the next few days, you could get hit by a bus. You could be stricken with, a fatal illness, what have you. Life isn't guaranteed. So what I'm saying is, you could do all the self-help you want. You could do all the dating coaches and the methods and what have you. But at the end of the day, who you are right now is what matters. Who you are today is what matters. And if you've done the work on yourself, if you're on your purpose, if you're living according to your value system, and you're being your best you today. I know you'll be better tomorrow because you're seeking that information. You're seeking that truth. But I'm talking about who you are, you guys, today. If you're being that person today, and that's all we got, we don't know if tomorrow, it's not promised. Be who you are today. And if you're not ready, if you're not emotionally stable, if you're not emotionally there to give your all, then you keep looking at videos like this. You keep looking internally. You do the work on you. You work on your career. You work on yourself in the gym. You read, you self-examine, and you become your best you. But during that process, it's never ending. It doesn't ever end. You're always seeking to be better. Remember, progress, not perfection. Continue to try and seek to improve yourself. Not just to attract the right person, or to be the best employee, or to be the best friend, or to be, the best person in your neighborhood, what have you, to be the most successful. That stuff all comes with time. And sometimes you'll never be the best, but you'll be the best you. And at the end of the day, and at the end of this life, whenever that is for you, you talk about you think about a gravestone, and it has your birth date, and it has your death date. And I've heard it said so many different ways, but you think about that dash, That dash, what's in that dash is epic. And it's what you're doing right now. Those are the things that matter. And you just gotta go for it. You have to be willing to be vulnerable. But think it through. And go for what you're worth. And go for what you want. And trust your heart. Go for it. It's Friday night. I've got to work early. And I could be out. I could be on dating sites. I could be doing all this stuff. But you know what I'm doing? I'm working on self-improvement. I'm working on my purpose. And I'm working on reaching out and helping others. And building a legacy. It's a long life, you guys, and it's a marathon. It's not a sprint. So relax, take a breath sometimes. It's all good in the hood. That's what the Bible says. I don't know if that's what it... I don't think it says that at all. I've actually read the Bible. But anyways, I'm being goofy, and it's getting late. So just wanted to drop that on you guys. Random thoughts. From the 5-0, 100-0, undersized underdog. Have a good night. Have a good weekend. And consider that little food for thought. Take care, you guys.